The topic is curve tracing. It is a separate topic in first paper, but to study the application of definite integrals, the first paper, second paper, I have started with reduction formula, and I completed all the reduction formula. Means reduction formula of some trigonometric functions and some exponential functions, algebraic functions, that I have completed. But application part is left there. Application means definite integral is used to find the area under the curve, length of the arc of the curve, and the surface of the solid of revolution, volume of the solid of revolution. But for that you should require the tracing of curves. You should know the shape of the curve. To apply the definite integrals, first you should know the nature or shape of the curve. That is called curve tracing. That is a separate topic in first paper, and I complete that topic. After that I start application of definite integrals. What is curve tracing? Curve tracing means equation of the curve may be given in Cartesian form, polar form, or parametric form. When the equation is given in one of these forms, you have to draw the curve corresponding to the given curve. That is called curve tracing. That is called curve tracing. And already you have studied some standard curves. The best example is circle. Suppose the equation of the circle is given like this: x square plus y square is r square. Then you can easily draw this circle, because here center is origin, radius is r. Suppose x square plus y square is r square. We consider the coordinate axis, center is origin, and taking radius as r, this is r, we draw the circle. Similarly, parabola y square is 4ax. Suppose this is the equation. Then y square is 4ax means this is the shape of the parabola represented by this equation. It passes through origin. This is the parabola. It extends indefinitely. These are standard curves that you have already studied. Some more standard curves are there, but they are standard curve, but we cannot draw easily. They are not so familiar as these curves: circle, parabola, or ellipse. For that we require procedure. Procedure means for Cartesian equation there is one procedure. For parametric and polar equation, separate procedure is there to trace the curve. So what is curve tracing? Curve tracing means suppose the equation of the curve is given, maybe in Cartesian, parametric, or polar form. Then we have to draw the curve corresponding to the given curve. That is called procedure, is called curve tracing. For that we require some basic idea about this. First I explain all these things that are required to trace the curve. Then I explain what is the procedure for Cartesian curve and trace some standard curve. Polar curves, I trace that curves. First I explain the procedure for polar curves and draw that polar curves, and I begin with these basic things. First is, what are singular points? Singular points. For a given curve, singular points means curve behaves unusually at some point. Curve behaves unusually at some point, and that points are called singular points. And first, there are two types of singular points. What do you mean by singular points? Singular point means curve behaves unusually at some point, and they are called singular points. Singular points are mainly of two types. First one is point of inflection. Point of inflection. Second one is multiple points. Multiple points. This you have studied in detail, point of inflection, even in PUC classes, and also in paper 1 you have studied this one. This year or first semester, I don't know, remember. You have studied point of inflection. What is point of inflection? Point of inflection means it is a point where the curve changes its behavior from concavity to convexity or convexity to concavity. That means usually the curve doesn't crosses its tangent. Usually the curve doesn't crosses its tangent. Suppose this is the curve. At this point, curve crosses the tangent. That is called point of inflection. And analytical condition. You have studied that by analytical condition. What is that? First derivative is 0, second derivative is 0, but third derivative is not 0 for the point of inflection. First derivative is 0, second derivative is also 0, and third derivative is not 0. That point is called point of inflection. That is first one. Second is multiple points. In multiple points, multiple points means double points. Multiple points are, we follow know what is point of inflection. Point of inflection means the point where the curve changes from concavity to convexity or vice versa. That is called point of inflection. Multiple point means a point through which more than one branch of the curve passes. Multiple point means a point on the curve where more than one branches of the curve passes. That is called multiple point. And in multiple points, mainly we have three types. Double point are the multiple points, double point or a point of order R. Triple point. Double point means, what is multiple point? Multiple point means a point through which more than one branches of the curve passes is called a multiple point. Suppose two branches pass through a point, that is called double point. Three branches pass through a point, that is called triple point. Suppose R branches of the curve passes to the point, then it is called multiple point of order R. I think definition is clear. What is double point, triple point, multiple point? That is a point of order R. In double points, there are three types in double point. Three types are there. One is node, and what is cusp, and what is conjugate point, or it is called isolated point. Inflection, the singular point means curve behaves unusually on that point. At that point of the curve is called singular point. There are two types: point of inflection, multiple points. In multiple points, double points, triple point, or a point of order R. Now, double points important here. Double points are further can be known as node, cusp, and conjugate point. Node means, say this is, I explain by taking example. Suppose this is the curve. It is like this curve. You may get this type of curve. When we proceed and we trace the curve, you will come to know this type of curves are there. Here, see the point here. Two branches of the curve pass through this point, and at this point, the tangents at that point are real and distinct. This is the tangent, this is also tangent, and such a point is called a node. Important definition may be asked, and objective questions can also be asked on this. Means multiple choice questions may be asked, and I will explain that one in detail later. Multiple choice questions in one or two periods. At the end of this syllabus, I will explain that types of examples also. Multiple type examples, how they can be formed from the syllabus. Here, multiple choice question may be formed here. So, first you have to understand. Then only any type of question may be multiple choice or fill in the blank type question or descriptive. You can answer every question. What is important is, first you have to understand the concept. Then only you can answer any question. Okay? Node. Here, multiple points are double points, triple point, a point of order R, and double points important. They are further classified as node, cusp, and conjugate point or isolated point. What is a node? Node means it is a point, double point. Node is a double point where the tangents at that point are real and distinct. That is called a node. What is a cusp? See the example. Take this one. Now suppose this is a curve. This is a curve. It is a standard curve. First example, I take this curve only. It is called cissoid. It is called cissoid. I explain when that topic is started. That is curve tracing, Cartesian curves. This is a standard curve. Here, two branches of the curve pass through this point. What is this? Origin. But at these two points, this point, what is this? Double point. Why it is a double point? Because two branches of the curve pass through this point, and origin is a double point here, and it is called cusp. It is called cusp. So what is a cusp? Cusp means it is a double point on the curve through which two tangents, it is cusp is a double point. What is double point? Two branches of the curve pass through that point. But the tangents, two tangents are real and coincident. We do not have separate two tangents, these two branches. Two branches pass through the point. Therefore, it is a double point. It is called cusp because the two tangents are real and coincident. Same. It is called cusp. Or one more is cusp may be like this also. Two branches of the curve pass through this point, but the tangent is one tangent is there. Tangent is only one tangent. That is called a cusp. This is cusp. Two branches are there. This is one branch, this is another branch. Now what is isolated point? Isolated point or conjugate point means it is point with respect to a curve where in the neighborhood of that point no points of the curve lies. That is called conjugate points. What do you mean by conjugate point? Conjugate point is a point where in the neighborhood of that point no point of the curve lies. That is called conjugate point or isolated point. This is about cusp, node and conjugate points. Next important thing while tracing the curves is tangents at the origin. Tangents at the origin. Tangents at the origin. There is a simple technique or a procedure to find the tangent at the origin. Suppose the curve pass through the origin. How do you find out curve pass through origin? If the equation is a rational algebraic equation, then if x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0 satisfies the equation, then the curve passes through the origin. Suppose the curve passes through the origin and equation of the curve is rational algebraic equation, then tangent at the origin to that curve are obtained by the lowest degree term in the equation equating to 0, the lowest degree term in the equation of the curve. So how the tangents at origin are obtained? By equating to 0 the lowest degree term in the equation of the curve gives the tangent at the origin. Now I consider procedure for tracing the curves whose equations are given in Cartesian form. Procedure tracing the curve. Equation is given in Cartesian form. See, I explain this procedure for tracing the curves, different steps that you have to follow while tracing the curve. First is symmetry. What do you mean by symmetry? Symmetry means if the portion of the curve above and below that line is same, then that line is called line of symmetry. Example is, see this parabola, y square is 4ax, it is symmetric about this line. What is that line? X axis. Y square is 4ax is symmetric about x axis. X axis. Now we have a simple thing here to find out the whether the curve is symmetric about x axis or y axis or different line. First is curve is symmetric about x axis if the equation of the curve is given in terms of rational algebraic equation in xy, then the curve is symmetric about x axis if all the powers of y are even. Powers of y are even, it is symmetric about x axis, and it is symmetric about y axis, symmetric about x axis if power of y are even, symmetric about y axis if powers of x are even. Powers of x are even. Best example is, I take this curve, it is x square is equal to 4ay. Say first I take simple example here to explain. X square is 4ay. This is the parabola that you know. Standard form it is x square is 4ay. See the power of x it is even. Therefore it is symmetric about y axis. Symmetric about x axis if power of y is even. Symmetric about y axis if the power of x is even. Next is curve is symmetric in opposite quadrant. Curve is symmetric in opposite quadrant when the equation is unaltered, when x and y are changed to minus x and minus y. Minus x and minus y. And symmetric about the line y is equal to x. This is the line y is equal to x. Y is equal to x if the equation remains unchanged when x and y are interchanged. Symmetric in opposite quadrant if x is changed to minus x, y is changed to minus y, equation remains same. Opposite and the line y is equal to x if x and y are interchanged, equation remains unaltered. When that case comes, I explain that one in tracing of curves. So first step is you have to find out the symmetry. For symmetry we use these four things. Symmetric may be symmetric about x axis, y axis, may be symmetric in opposite quadrant, or it may be symmetric about the line y is equal to x. What is the line y is equal to x? Passing through origin, which makes 45 degree with x axis. You go through that one again when it is symmetric about x axis. First thing you have to note is symmetry. Second is nature of origin. Nature of origin. Suppose the curve pass through origin. When it pass through origin, you know that both x and y substitute 0, 0. If the equation is satisfied, then the curve pass through origin. Suppose the curve pass through origin, then find the equation of tangent at the origin. How do you find equation of tangent at the origin? By equating lowest degree term in the equation to 0. You will get equation of the tangent. If there is only one tangent, then what happens? Curve is above the tangent or below the tangent. That you have to find out. Suppose there is only one tangent, then what happens? Curve either above the above the line tangent or below the tangent. And if there are two tangents, then you have to verify whether the point is a cusp, node, or isolated point. That you know how to verify whether the you know how when the curve that double point is a cusp or a node or a isolated point. Then you have to find out third one, intersection with axis. Intersection with coordinate axis. This is the third point you have to observe or you have to follow while tracing the curve. Equation is given in Cartesian form. First is symmetry. Second is nature of origin, whether origin is a double point, isolated point, or a node, cusp, or isolated point. That you have to verify. Next is intersection with the axis. You have to find out point of intersection of the curve and x axis. How to find out? First substitute y is equal to 0. Then you will get the point where it crosses x axis. Take x is 0 because on y axis x is 0. If you take x is 0, you will get the point where it crosses y-axis. You will get point of intersection of the curve and the coordinate axis. That gives lot of idea about the shape of the curve. Next is find asymptotes if any. Find asymptotes if any. Again, this asymptotes is a very important topic in curve tracing. Because what is the property of this asymptote? Property is curve doesn't crosses its asymptote. Because how to define asymptote? Asymptote is a tangent at infinity. Tangent at infinity. Asymptote means the line which touches the curve at infinity. Therefore, if you know the asymptote for the curve, then you will get the boundary for the curve. Beyond that asymptote, curve doesn't exist. Curve doesn't exist. So asymptote important. Now asymptotes means it is a separate topic again. To find we find out here usually only asymptote parallel to x-axis and y-axis. Parallel to x-axis and y-axis. Oblique asymptote, any asymptote, y is equal to mx plus a, there is again a procedure how to find out that one, and it will be a separate topic, asymptotes. We here, while in curve tracing, we consider only asymptotes parallel to x and y axis. Now, how to find out asymptotes parallel to x axis? To find asymptote parallel to x axis, you have to equate to 0 the linear term, equate to 0 the real linear factors in the coefficient of highest degree term in x, coefficient of highest power in x, highest power of x. See, important how to find the asymptote, because asymptote gives a very nice idea or best information regarding the curve, regarding the shape of the curve. So asymptotes means we find out only parallel asymptote. How to find asymptote parallel to x-axis? Parallel to x-axis is obtained by equating to 0 the real linear factors in the coefficient of highest degree power of x. Similarly, asymptote parallel to y-axis. This is asymptote parallel to x-axis. Asymptote parallel to y-axis are obtained by equating to 0 the real linear coefficients of highest power of y. Highest power of y. You have to collect the highest power of y one side and take the linear coefficients, that is real if any, equate that to 0, you will get asymptote parallel to y-axis and x-axis. This is the procedure. And finally, you have to see the reason. I explain how to find out the reason. Reason means you have to find out values of x and y. You have to find out the reason where the curve doesn't lies. That is also very important. The reason where the curve doesn't lies, that you have to find out. So while tracing the curves, the important steps you have to follow are like this. What is the first one? Symmetry. You know, when a curve is symmetric about x-axis, y-axis, or opposite quadrants, or line y is equal to x. Four things are there. Nature of the origin. You have to find out whether the curve passed through origin, and if it passed through origin, how many tangents are there at origin. How to find out tangents? Tangents are obtained by equating lowest degree term in the equation. You have to equate lowest degree term to 0. You will get tangents. And you have to verify whether that origin is a cusp node or a conjugate point. Second thing. Third one, coordinate of the intersection of coordinate axis and the curve you have to find out. That is the third step. Fourth step, you have to find out asymptotes if any, because all the curves do not have asymptotes. Given curve may not has asymptote or asymptotes. That you have to find out whether it has a asymptote. And after that, you have to find out the reason where the curve lies or do not lies also. You have to find out that. That gives idea about the curve. So these are the 5 important things that you have to follow while tracing the curves. See, it is a recorded video, so if any concept is not clear, you have to rewind, go through the video again and again, and first you go through this one, and I start problems in the next period. First I take some standard problems on curve tracing in the Cartesian form, then I explain for parametric form, then polar form, and solve some problems. And completing this topic, I go back to application of reduction formula, definite integrals. Okay, go through the video, and if you have any doubts, you can always welcome to ask your doubts.